We got a letter for that. Why haven't you got letters for that? Don't you want to say sometime? Anyway, since you don't have you might want to put a slash through it. That'll definitely mark it as a 0.
What?
It's standard terming code.
Did I shoot myself with a brainial beam or something? That's brilliant. I mean, I would have come to the same conclusion. Eventually. Oh, who am I deceiving? I never would have figured that out. I can't figure anything out. I'm useless.
So is that what you want to be?
Exactly. At least the old name was indisputable. Oh is more like surprise. Oh, look what I stepped in.
Well, there's power in the name. If it reduces anything multiplied against it to 0, it has unlimited potential.
Well, of course it does. That's the most lethal of mathematics. That's pretty cool, actually. Destroyer of numbers. I already wreck every robot I study. Why not basic arithmetic? I like your solution. With that kind of slash in the middle, I can set myself apart. If I wanted to. To make a 0 in all the think tank, they won't be able to escape it. That diagonal slash right down the middle.
Oh my god, thanks. I created a monster.
Talking to you, it really helped unclog some frustration. Talking. What a primitive form of thought kicking.
So, 0, got any amazing discoveries to share?
You know, hearing my name said like that, it really de-reses my screens.
What?
As for discoveries, well, of course. Look at this. Just built it. Amazing, isn't it?
Certainly looks interesting.
You know what? I'm not even gonna pretend. I broke one of the monitors, and those innards start falling out everywhere. If you could just hold on to that for me until, well, forever, that would be welcome.
Okay. What can you tell me about Mobius?
That genius Mobius somehow cobbles together these really impressive-looking robot scorpions with spare parts. Even painted them. Tried to see what makes them tick. Can't even examine them without them detonating all over me. Left with shrapnel and burns. Every time. Supposedly, he has even larger models, even a giant robot scorpion hidden deep within the Forbidden Zone. Yeah, right. Giant monsters, sure.
What?
Yeah, crazy, right? Something right out of a midnight science fiction feature. Ridiculous. What are the odds?
Okay, can you tell me about this facility?
Big Mountain used to be a mountain. Then there was a slight mishap. Now it's a crater. The dome used to be buried, now it's exposed to the sky. Don't get me wrong. Makes the sky light up like a planetarium at night. All those spectra. So soothing.
Yeah. I already tested this barter function out a bit, but I think I'll need more, you know, just in case.
I'd have a few left. Let me check. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
Thanks. Thanks.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Huh. I must say, I, like you, and you confuse me. I don't know how to feel about you. And you I can't understand, and you are hammy and annoying and stuck up as all hell. Hey, Dr. Klein.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
Jeez. Can't you just yourself turn down the royal big mountain voice? You're blowing out my eardrums. And I'm leveling up from talking to these people. This is interesting. Well, I'd be honored if I could hear any knowledge from you.
Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you. Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak.
Isn't it impossible?
What did
Am I
we
wrong,
speak
people?
about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me. Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left with some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
This is going to bite me in the ass at some point, isn't it? So, you are in charge, aren't you?
I am Dr. Klein, Chief Head Researcher of Logistical Operations and Ideology here at Big Mountain. I am surprised you have not heard of me. I am first in my field, first chair, as it were, back in the days of chairs.
Who is Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius was not the horrifying creature you saw upon the screen, twisted by science. He was once one of us, a friend. He researched in directions contrary to the think tank. Brains, 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 always about the brains. So we exiled him. He says he left of his own volition, but that was to save him the embarrassment. Now he sends his intelligence-consuming scorpions from the Forbidden Zone to plunder the secrets of Big Mountain. He is a menace.
They drain intelligence... gems?
I'm not certain. Perhaps it only affects machines. If so, you may be immune. If it is chems, then we have nothing to fear. Since we are afraid, it must not be chems, and you need not fear, which means you can test it. Logical.
Yeah, if you are a troll and insane. Okay, so why am I so passive around here?
It's a side effect of the cerebral scrubbing. It won't stop you from excreting, or asking questions, apparently. I have to correct that next time. Hormonal aggressive tendencies are actively suppressed, however. They are a no-no and not permitted in the think tank. The scrubbing also ensures your silence to keep Big Mountain safe. This facility is top secret, and you cannot speak of it to anyone outside of Big Mountain. Should have done it with the last batch, and the anti-aggression scrub.
Why?
We had to take precautions after the last visitors. They caused a great deal of damage in a short time. Should have made sure they couldn't mention Big Mountain once they left. An oversight.
And who were they?
Dr. 8 and Dr. O could tell you more. Dr. O more than 8. The battle against the visitors damaged 8's voice module. Suffice to say, those visitors are unwelcome. They stole a great many secrets and much technology. Impertinent. They also broke one of my trains.
Yeah. Can you tell me more about this place?
This is the think tank. The nerve center of Big Mountain. The greatest research center known to man, and to us. Here we test and test and test some more in the name of science. Atomic
Science.
power, nuclear power, and scientific power.
Okay. Is it any relation to the Big Empty?
Yes, because the intellectually challenged see an M and a T next to each other and take Occam's razor to it. While you are here, you will refer to this place properly, and you will do the same with the other scientists here.
Oh, now I get it. I always thought it was called the Big Empty because it was a big wasteland, but no, people literally say MT, Big MT, Big Empty. Okay, tell me more about the Forbidden Zone.
That glowing red scar? That laser lobotomy canyon maze carved in the landscape as if by some child. It is Mobius's fortress. From that hemorrhoidal fissure, he sends his amazing robo-scorpions to terrify and irritate us. He always tended to the dramatic.
Unlike you guys in here, right? What can you tell me about the pylons?
Ask Boros. I believe he knows more about the fence than any brain. Except maybe Mobius. Mobius was involved in their construction, if I recall. But he's such a hack, he probably was reading off Boros' notes and schematics.
Okay. What about the whole brain extraction?
Well, we didn't actually do it. We tried to clean up after, as always, but usually the auto-dock runs are remote. But we programmed it, or Mobius did. Still, this new wrinkle with the Tesla coils in your skull was unexpected. I mean, we predicted we'd have a breakthrough eventually, but...
Of course, of course.
Dala knows more. She supervised your spine peel and the heart circumcision, then dumped them both into the tanks in the sink above. Quite sanitary. Sure took her time. She always takes longer than projected with lobotomite surgeries. Not sure why.
Because she gets off on it. You said Mobius might have my brain?
Yes. In all probable likelihoods, yes. Possibly. That it may have gone to Mobius is merely an inkling. I don't know why, but it may be something involving the surgery code. Actually, I don't know. All I know is it misplaced itself, or it floated off. They get into robots sometimes and go on a tear.
The code you mentioned, what's that?
Mobius's legacy code was in the old auto-dock. Yes, it fried itself after your procedure, so he couldn't tell for sure. It is unfortunate. We would have benefited from knowing how the breakthrough occurred. Even if we installed another chip, the information is lost.
So Mobius set up all this, and that makes you think he's responsible?
Yes. Always leaves back doors into things. Have to keep finding them and closing them. The auto-dock is now erased of his routines. It was thorough. Only Mobius would know for sure what happened with the procedure. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Well, and your brain, of course, it would know as well.
My brain would know.
It can communicate the procedure when we examine it. It is conceivable to trace its surgical scalpel prints once we have the brain. Might take some time, but your brain has no pain nerve to scream at us while we dissect it. Convenient. I detest screaming in my lab.
Why would Mobius want my brain? I don't think I know anything that's of use to him.
Why does he seek our destruction? Why did he build robot scorpions with intelligence training stingers? It is because he hasn't cleaned his biogel in a long time. Clearly he's got some sort of psychological corrosion. He's mad.
Yeah, unlike you in here. So they consume intelligence. Are you certain of this?
Dr. O is certain of his findings, and no one else in the think tank is willing to test the results. Loss of brainial power. Terrifying. O has said on many occasions his inability to comprehend Mobius's robo-schematics is because of repeated robo-scorpion stings.
That explains a lot. Thanks.
Yes, a most good buy.
And I leveled up again. There. Alright, so my heart and spine is upstairs, didn't know them, but we might as well check them out before we turn off for today. I think I talk quite a lot, actually. Never mind, I should probably get my servant here to repair my,
Might I be of
rifle.
service, sir?
Well, I need some repair.
Very good, sir.
that's expensive. Really expensive. Should probably just save and use a auto repair something. So is my brain there or something? Said it was up here. No, not brain, my heart and spine. I seem to find it. Maybe in here. I wasn't in here after all. Why wasn't I in here? Maybe I'll look this. This is your heart. Apparently, cranial surgery complication requires removal, and until your brain is returned, your heart can't be trusted to keep beating in your body. Your heart seems to be working just fine, however. Based on the other tanks in this room, you can safely assume this is where your brain will be floating. It's currently missing from both the tank and its proper place in your head, but you seem to be doing just fine without it. Here's your spine. Without a brain stem to snap it onto, here it floats. Your back doesn't feel anything different from the spine's removal. I think whatever was placed in there makes you feel stronger. Okay, so, well, I guess this is it. We are now here. In Big Mountain. Missing my brain, spine, and heart. Well, they're in there, but without brain they won't work. How wonderful. Well, this has been Eric Cobra, and this has been very weird. See you around, folks.